Is this a joke? I mean, you can never tell what's real anymore. Language and punctuation are now offensive. Well, and then me is what I was going to add. Thanks, title card. Hello, everyone. I am Mecharandom42, still the one, still the only, still your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy, and sometimes anti-social justice weirdo, voice of sanity, intellect, reason, and pretty much anything that might bother the weirdos out there.
Open your mind.
Yeah, you know, the weirdos who think that everything's offensive and they need to read script. I'm not kidding. They think punctuation is offensive and something to about because and reasons. The snowflakes think that full stops are aggressive and unfriendly. Where. It's offensive. It's aggressive and you don't like it. Where. Full stop. So the punctuation, and now keep in mind this is a tabloid, this is the Sun, and this is one of a few things that they don't like. So they don't like punctuation. Full stops are only used to show that they're annoyed, it's claimed. No. Like, if I put a period at the end of my sentence, it's because that sentence is done. And I will usually write an entire I'm one of those people. I have to reword things 3 or 4 times to fit it into Twitter because I like to write, I like to express. I like to use a lot of words sometimes to convey a point because sometimes the more words you use, the easier it is for people to understand what you're saying. Sometimes, though, I will be curt and short if I am so in the mood. So, that being said, but still, I try and use complete sentences. I try and use proper English. I try and spell things correctly. I'm not perfect. I know, despite the fact that I would like to be, and I do strive for perfection. But sometimes people don't actually strive for perfection. Sometimes people just wanna...
What do you want? When do you want it?
Yeah, they just want to read over nothing. Older people, you do realize that ending a sentence with a full stop becomes sort of abrupt and unfriendly to younger people in an email chat. No, because see, we were taught to use complete. See, this is why when I do come across one of these articles and it's misspelled or has some really terrible grammar, I use this.
Proofread your shit!
Even though sometimes, yes, I'm human, I make mistakes. Sometimes I'll have a misspelling in a title because I'll copy and paste something, you know, because a lot of the time these people don't spell things correctly either. And it's not aggressive. It is not. Just use the punctuation. For crying out loud, and don't get so upset. If he got a message with full stops at the end of the sentence, he'd think the sender was weird, mean, or too blunt. She said readers have found responses with the period to be more positive, more enthusiastic. Okay, so you know, just ban language altogether because this is what some other snowflake wants to do. But apparently, why do so many white people speak non-white languages? Can you define? Oh, before we rail into this one, because you know me, I'm a bit of a student of the mind. I like to learn things about human psychology, the brain, how we work, how we function, how we evolve. I'm very much one of those people who understands that language has evolved throughout the years and that it all starts one place. And then as you meet new people and move across places, you adopt and acquire new words. This is why I use words like embiggen, because I heard it on The Simpsons and I think it's kind of funny. I know people probably overuse it and it probably drives people crazy. But you know what? If people can accept the word disrespecting, which drives me nuts because it wasn't in the dictionary when I was younger, if people can accept that as a word, then maybe this person can understand that language has evolved. Cultural appropriation is the real issue. Okay. One of the worst cases of this is the realm of second languages. Okay, so you don't want white people to expand their vocabularies and learn things. Got it. So learning is ist. Caucasians love to appropriate culture through language as a way to introduce, intrude on the lives of those who might not speak their language. Well, it's seen as fun or interesting, or as a way to be inclusive of somebody who might be in your area, and you might be welcoming them, and they might not speak your language. You know, maybe you're in the Southwest, and a lot of jobs call for people to be bilingual because they want to broaden their customer base and include more and more people in their community, and they want to feel welcoming and feel like they can do business with people. So a lot of quote-unquote Caucasians learn languages like Spanish for that reason, you know, to be more accepting of other cultures. You know, maybe that's part of it, to get better jobs, to be more to communicate with other people better. You know what? If you find some word in some other language that you don't have a word for the thing you're looking for a word for, that other language might perfectly suit your needs, and you might take that word and then evolve it into whatever it'll evolve into now. For those of you who are into anime, I'm sure you're aware of the weeaboo problem. Some white anime fans love to appropriate Japanese hairstyles, music. Punk rock. Punk rock always had the brightly colored hair for a very, very long time. Before a lot of these Western anime weeb fans ended up doing. And you know, it's fine if you do it. If you see a girl in an anime that has the hair you want, or a guy or whatever, go for it. Knock yourself out. They're actually accepting of that, and the Japanese are getting accused of being a little Caucasian as well by some of these people. Even the Japanese language itself. Yeah, so they can understand the anime. I know somebody quite well who actually does speak Japanese, who's a white person who speaks Japanese and very into anime and very into a lot of that culture. And there's a lot of language barriers that if you're just reading the subtitles, you're not going to understand. You need a general understanding of the culture, the humor, what's acceptable and what's not, and a lot of the puns in a lot of things. Like, for example, I play a video game based on this, and there's a lot of puns that if you don't speak Japanese with the original Japanese names, you're not going to understand. But then again, they did localize it, so that's beside the point. This is one blog that demonstrates the problems of not Japanese people learning Japanese. Spanish is another issue. And Tumblr has had this debate before. You see so many white kids at high school or college who are proud to be able to speak Spanish. Like I said, so you can be more accepting of people who might. But why not speak a European language like German instead of appropriating the culture of minorities? You really want to? You're really sure you want to use Spanish as an example? Because now I'm thinking you're a troll. But wait, I don't think you're a troll.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Everybody, let's laugh at the simpleton. Now, first off, history time with Becca. I like this part. What languages existed before colonization in America? So we could go back to, Spanish. We can go, let's take Spanish for example. And in Mexico and in that area, this article tells you what language that they did speak. Mesoamerican's first languages here. I don't know how to pronounce that. Nahuatl. And, I'm not going to attempt to Q-U-E Chehua. So that's an Incan language. This one's an Aztec language. So those are the languages that people in Mexico learned, if that's what you're referring to as Spanish-speaking people. But you might want to look at a map of Europe, and this is why we really, really, really need to learn to focus on learning things like history, geography. This is funny. This is just really, really easy. It's really easy just to Google search a map of Europe. Right here. What is this? What is this country right here where Spanish originated? Is it Spain? And it's a pretty much white European country? Oh! Guess what, SJW Tumblr person? Now, if you really, really, really want to get technical, you can insist that white people can only learn white European languages, but what's the double standard? Because, I mean, if you really, really, really want to get technical, you could force the people of Central America and South America to speak the Incan and Aztec languages and Mayan languages that they naturally did before they were, conquered. But maybe that's part of your double standard, is that they can't have it because they did something when they explored and conquered these places and settled there and... and I'm not denying how the language evolved there. Absolutely not. And that's a little bit longer than the video that I was going to get into today. But sure, maybe before you make a complaint about people learning white European languages, maybe look up a map of Europe just before you make a little time. See, this is why people shouldn't hire people from Tumblr. But it's okay. We might have a giant asteroid headed our way right before the election day, when pretty much all of these people are just gonna hopefully go away and stop. It's just stop with you. I guess everybody's entitled to a troll. I think, is this even a troll? It's an old article, but it's still as equally idiotic in my opinion. And so is this one. Don't ever at the person who wrote it, obviously. Here we go. Punctuation is a readable thing, and speaking white European languages makes you an ist, I suppose. I am MechaRandom42, and I will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
You want to see my crank?